Yes, good afternoon, guys. Representatives, please ask your friends if they are not able to join the meeting. Please let me know their mail IDs, official mail IDs, so that I can join them this meeting.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay, is there anyone facing any difficulties in joining the meeting? Saran, Shobana,
No, sir.
no issues. Okay, so shall we start? More than half of the person are not in the session. Okay. Okay, sir. So this is what we are going to do here. So ODBC driver, that was the initial part. Later, just I will share my screen just a minute. So later, what happened is each company has started to develop their own database in their own language, and similarly, Java in Java. So actually, MySQL and some other databases are also created in different languages. So right now, they are upgrading to different languages, but that's not the part. So what happens is when Java came to existence and when Java started to build their own applications, they want something to interact with the database. Initially, it was ODBC driver they had. Only the ODBC driver, through ODBC driver they had to interact. But later what they did is we want our own API so that we can interact with all the databases. They want make sure that the application that is built in Java should be able to interact with all the databases that are available in the market. For example, even though it may be an MS Access or it may be an MS SQL or it may be MySQL or it may be Oracle or MongoDB or any DB that is there. It is the application that was built in Java should be able to interact with all the database. That is the part that they think. So what they did is they started to develop its own API to interact with this systems, with this other databases. So that is called this JDBC, Java Database Connectivity. Yes, they started to build this in an alternate way of ODBC. So that is the way, that is what they kept the name as it is. It is an object database connectivity in C and Java database connectivity in Java. Yes, similarly, other languages has its own database connectivity, but this JDBC is nothing but a complete API. This API in the sense he will be providing just the interfaces or just the packages that are there, just the interfaces. Mostly it will be interfaces like connection. For example, if it is going to be a connection interface, that will let us that will tell the database developer in which way you want the data. You can create it based on this connection interface. Or if you wanted to create a statement, then having a statement interface, you can use the statement interface and you can build your own code so that it will be easy for the application that was developed in Java to access this application. So that is what they did. So that is why it is called as Java API. Yes, JDBC is a Java API. It's used to connect and execute query to the databases. So JDBC API uses JDBC driver to connect the databases. So this is the main part of this JDBC. The main part of this JDBC is it is interacting between this Java application and this database. It will get all the data from Java application and store all the data to the database. This database can be anything. It may be a MySQL or MS Access or Oracle or Django or sorry, not Django. It's a MongoDB or any other database. It can be of any database, but the main use of this JDBC driver is to take the data from Java application and to store it in my database. Okay, sir. So, okay, these are just why we are using this JDBC driver. So because the ODBC API is not compatible, it is only written in C languages. So that is the reason why it is not compatible with all other applications. So this Java application, this JDBC API was first Java was completely with my Sun microsystem. Later it was overtaken by Oracle. So this JDBC was developed in Java application, Java interface, sorry, not application, it is Java API, so that it can be able to utilize by all the applications that is going to created or that is going to be built in Java. So that is the main reason for this. Okay, so this is what is the API. API is application. These are everything I know. We know that. So okay, sir. What is JDBC drivers? So there are 4 types of JDBC drivers. So or we can tell that they have migrated from one level to another level. So there are 4 different types of JDBC drivers. But right now we are using the last version. So this versions of JDBC drivers tells us that initially it was in this phase, and secondly it moved to this phase, and third it moved to this phase, and finally right now we are in this phase. But all these 3-4 phases can also be utilized. Yes, but right now it is most commonly used only the 4th version. That is my lightweight version. Yes, I can show you this. So these are the 4 types of JDBC drivers. So one is JDBC ODBC bridge driver. So JDBC ODBC bridge driver, as the name itself tells that this JDBC driver gets the data from the application and converts the data as if it is required for my ODBC driver. And this ODBC driver is going to be connected to my database. Yes, first it will convert the data into the required format of my ODBC. Yes, so that is what this first type 1 will do. Guys, I hope my screen is visible and you are able to see this. Yes, there are 4 types of JDBC driver. The type 1 is JDBC ODBC bridge, which is nothing but which will act as an intermediate between my Java application and ODBC driver. ODBC driver. This rendukkum nadula intermediate irukkum, the first type. And second type is native API driver, that is partially Java driver. So instead of replacing this ODBC driver with partial JDBC driver, partial code. Just a partial amount of code will be in Java. So that is what my type 2. That is my native API driver. And third one is network protocol driver. So this network protocol driver is completely fully developed in Java, which acts as an intermediate between the application and the database. But it sits inside my application. Sorry, inside my system, but it sits inside my system so that it can be accessed by any networks. So that is why it is called as network protocol driver. So, and fourth type of drive is called thin driver or full Java driver. This was also completely developed in Java. This driver is also completely developed in Java, and this is called thin driver. This thin driver, what it does is this will be added to my application, whereas network protocol is added to my system, whereas this thin driver will be added to my application, so that wherever my application can run, it can interact with the database. So that is the part that we are right now using. Yes, whereas network protocol will be in the system, but that was also developed in Java, but that will sit inside the system, whereas type 4 will sit inside my application. So these are the 4 types of JDBC drivers. We can see in detail about it. So first, ODBC bridge. As you can see here, this is the example for ODBC bridge. So first we will be creating a Java application. This Java application will send the data towards my JDBC ODBC bridge driver. So this driver will take the data from a Java application and send it to my ODBC bridge. So it will take the data and convert it as if this ODBC driver requires. So this ODBC requires, as if it requires, it will be converting it and it will be storing into my database. So this vendor database library is nothing but the vendor, which is my Microsoft SQL or MS SQL or MS Access or MySQL or Oracle. So that is what called as vendor database library. So this is the first type of driver, and this is not efficient. This takes more time. This takes more process to compute. So this is not efficient, and right now this is not mostly used. So this was the first type, Java JDBC ODBC bridge driver. This is the first type of driver. And second is native API driver. So it's a partial Java code. So they are replacing both JDBC driver and ODBC driver combined together. So that is called my native API driver, which is nothing but they will be creating this driver based on the requirement of this vendor. Yes, based on this requirement of if this is Oracle, then based on this Oracle, they'll be creating one driver. Based on this MySQL, they'll be creating this one API. Then based on this, if it is MS Access, then based on this, they'll be creating this Access. So this was most commonly used. Right now also there are many applications using this native API driver. So right now also there are many applications using this native API drivers, but it is not compulsory. But right now also there will be using it. So, and this is partially written in Java and partially written in this native API. That is the language which this vendor is requiring. In this vendor may be an Oracle, this vendor may be an MySQL, this vendor may be an MS SQL, or this vendor may be any other database, MongoDB or anything. So based on this native API will be written. Yes, partial Java and partial native language of the database. So that is why it is called as native API driver. So this has over performance upgrade when compared to my previous JDBC ODBC server. But what is the disadvantage is the native driver needs to be installed on each client machine. Each client machine should have this native API machine. This native driver should be installed. Yes, each and every system, every client, every system, wherever the application is going to run, in that system I have to install that driver. Install driver in the sense, if I'm going to run my MySQL, then I have to install my MySQL native API. So similarly, if I'm going to use my MS SQL, then in that system also I have to use my this. Okay. So next part. So to overcome this, they started with this network protocol driver. So what they did is they created a separate system. See here. So there will be separate system called middleware system. Yes. So this network protocol, what it do is it will take the application's data and send it to this middleware server. That is my separate server where it will do the process and it will send the data to my database. So this is called network protocol driver. Yes, this network protocol will send all the data directly to my database. It will send the data to some middleware system or some server-side systems. This will take the data and this will store the data inside my database, so that each system should not want to install the native API. Yes, whatever may be the system or whatever may be the client system, they can use this application without installing that uh, required API, native API. But what is the drawback is he has to use this middleware. He has to use this middleware because whatever may be the system client system is, the data will be collected from this main system and it will be transferred towards database through this middleware. If any problem occurs in middleware, then this will fail. So this is called network protocol driver, and this was completely written in Java. This was fully written in Java. It's not a partial code, partial native code. This was completely written in Java. And this advantage is no client-side library is required. Yes, we don't want to install any client-side systems, any applications. So which can perform many tasks like auditing, loading, load balancing, logging, etc. Yes, sir, I can manipulate this data very effectively when compared to all the previous drives. So previous JDBC, ODBC driver or my native API driver. So I can perform many other operations, like I can manage my data, how it should be entering my middleware system, or how the data should be entered towards my database, or how the data should be manipulated, how the data should be balanced. So these are called as load balancing and auditing and logging, everything. Yes. So we have higher priority. The main drawback is if the network middleware system fails, then the entire process will fail. Yes, and if the network is not there, then I cannot use this middleware system. If I don't have a proper net connection with my middleware system, or if I don't have any proper network connection, interconnections between the systems, then this will not be used. These are the drawbacks of this. Yes, you all understand this? Can you able to follow this? Can you all able to follow this? Is it clear? So this is my network protocol driver. So what are the things that we have seen? So first is JDBC ODBC driver, and second is native API driver, and third is network protocol driver, and the last is my thin API driver. So thin driver is nothing. It's also called as a lightweight. It's also called as a lightweight driver. So what they do is they will be having this thin driver that will be added towards my application. This thin driver will be added towards my application. It doesn't require any other external vendor or external network or external middleware layer. This API, this driver itself will connect to my database. So this is the driver that right now we are using. This is the driver that right now we are using. Yes. Yes, it is fully written in Java. Yes. How they are written in Java? This was for this driver to written in Java. They have given this JDBC API. So using that API, they can write this drivers. Yes, sir. So this is a thin driver. So better performance. So no software is required to install in the client system. So driver dependence on database. Yes, this driver depends on the database. This is one main important point that you have to note it. Yes. So this is the main drawback of this thin driver or this driver, which is if I'm using this database, if it is an Oracle, then I should have an Oracle driver here. If this is a MySQL server, then I should have a MySQL driver here. If it is going to be MS SQL, then I should have a MS SQL driver here. So that is the only drawback in this type of JDBC driver. Yes. Yes, guys. So can you all able to understand this? So these are the types of drivers. These are the types of drivers that are there. These are the types of drivers that are there. Is it clear? Is it clear? Can you all able to understand this? What are the types of JDBC drivers are there? There are 4 types of JDBC driver. It is very important question. Not only for your exam point of view, it is also important for your interview perspective. So first, what is the first type of driver? What is the first type 1? What is the type 1 JDBC driver? What is the type 1 JDBC driver? What is this type 1 JDBC driver? Yes, JDBC ODBC bridge. Good. Thank you. And what is the type 2? Type 2. Good. Native API driver. Good. Type 3. Network protocol driver. Good. Network protocol driver. Yes. And type 4. Type 4 is thin driver. Yes, thin driver. Very good. Yes, guys. Yes. So type 1 is right now it is not existing. Type 1 is completely is not used because ODBC driver is not going to be used. Whereas type 2, type 3, type 4 are still in existence. So many systems using their own type of interacting with the system. But right now after 1.8 that everything was converted to my thin driver. So every application that was developed in Java is going to have their own driver. So that driver is called thin driver, which will be added towards my application. Yes, sir. So now we can see how to connect a database into a Java application. Yes, connect to database. So there are 5 steps. There are 5 steps to connect database to a server, to a Java application. First is registering the driver class, which is nothing but identifying which type of database I'm using. For example, if I'm using Oracle, then I should register the Oracle-based driver to my application. Yes, then only I can interact with my Oracle system. If I'm using MySQL, then I have to register the MySQL driver inside my application so that it can easily connect with my MySQL server. If I'm using if I'm using a different database driver, then I can use that database specific driver. That is a thin layer because the driver should be of type of my database. That is my thin driver. So what I have to do is first I have to register that specific driver towards my application, to the application. So applicationல எனக்கு இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு டிரைவர் நான் யூஸ் பண்ண போறேன் அப்படின்னு first register பண்ணனும் சார். That's the first step. First making the registration, and second I'm going to create connection based on the driver, based on that connection, based on the driver. So the driver in the sense, so first I have installed my MySQL server, and I have registered my MySQL JDBC driver inside my application. I have added my JDBC MySQL driver towards my system. So in our application la in our JDBC MySQL server driver add பண்ணதுக்கு அப்புறம் என்ன பண்ணனும் அப்படினா I have to create a connection based on this driver. இந்த driver இல்ல அப்படினா I cannot create a connection. Correct? I cannot create a connection between the database and my application. So second step is creating a connection. Yes, first registering the driver class, second step is creating a connection, and third step is after once the connection is established between my application and my database. So connection என்னோட database-க்கும் என்னோட application-க்கும் நான் connections create பண்ணதுக்கு அப்புறம் I can start to execute my statement. Yes, so that for executing a statement, first I have to create the statement. And then I have to execute that statement. After that, after doing all the process, I have to close that connection. So these are 5 important steps. And this registering the driver class is right now is not needed. So after 1.9, Java version 1.9, registering this driver class is not required. But after 1.5, Java 1.5 to 1.8, this registering the driver class is a very, very important point. It is required. But after Java 1.9, this is not required. Is that clear, guys? So these are the 5 steps to create a connection between my database and my Java. So the first step is registering the driver class. Second step is creating a connection. Third step is creating a statement, and fourth step is executing a query, and fifth step is closing the connection. Closing the connection is also very, very important. Yes, so these are the 5 steps, and this registering the driver class is compulsory from Java version 1.5 to 1.8, but from Java 1.9, this registering the driver class is not required. So after Maven, so after they started to integrate Maven with my application, all the driver classes has been added to my API. All the driver classes has been added, so that is not required. So that driver class is registering a driver class is an optional part after Java 1.9. Yes, is that clear? Guys, is it clear? Yes. Thank you. Yes, sir. Please remember these steps. So this can be asked in both in 2 marks and also in 16-mark question. JDBC connectivity, the types of driver may be a 5-mark question or a 6-mark question, and JDBC connectivity may be a 6 or 8-mark question. So, and what are the types of JDBC driver? That may be a 2-mark question, and this may be a 60-mark question. Please, we understand this. Okay, sir. So after this, we are going to see an example how to register a driver and how to create connection, everything. So we are going to see this. So first, how I'm going to register a class by using this for name method. So for name is a method which is used to register a class. This for name is present inside my object class. Sorry, not in object class. It is present inside my class, I think so. So class, there is a class called class dot for name. There is a class called class. கிளாஸ்னே ஒரு கிளாஸ் இருக்குப்பா. கிளாஸ்னு சொல்லி இது பண்ணிக்காதீங்க. கிளாஸ் அப்படின்னு ஒரு கிளாஸ் இருக்கு. அந்த கிளாஸ்ல ஃபார் நேம் அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு மெத்தட் இருக்கு. எஸ், we are going to use that for name to register that specific driver. So for example, if I'm using MySQL driver, then it will be like this. So com.mysql.jdbc.driver, which tells that my database is going to be a MySQL. If it is going to be an Oracle, then it will be an oracle.jdbc. If it is going to be a MS SQL, then it will be a MS SQL.jdbc driver. So this is how we will be adding this driver. So before registering it, I have to add this driver towards my application. I have to add this driver into my application. Sir, how can I do that, sir? Yes. So for that, I'll be showing you. Just I'll be stop sharing the screen, and I'll be sharing this. Okay, sir. So for example, I'm going to use my MySQL. Then JDBC MySQL driver. Maven. Yes. So here, so there are many repositories out there. There are many repositories available. I suggest you to use this Maven repository to download this driver. This is an open source. It is completely available for use. Yes. So this, you can see here, what is this? This is a MySQL JDBC connector. So this is a MySQL driver which is used to connect my MySQL driver. So here, these are my version names. So if I want 8.0.27, just click on it. You can download this driver. Or I can directly add this Maven towards my project. So you can download it in the format of jar. If my screen is visible, guys, can you all able to see this? It is very, very important. If you want to create an application, and if you want to add this class towards my application, then you have to do these steps. This is what before registering you have to do. So first we have to download this driver. So first, this jar file. POM is used for Unix systems. Unix-based systems. Now, as it's going to be a Windows-based system, I'm going to use my jar file. So first, you should download this MySQL JDBC connector. Yes, save that file. You'll be having this jar file. So once you are having this jar file, then inside my application is, so I have to open my. So first step is this: you have to download the driver from any one repository. You can take any repository, but right now I'm using this Maven repository, which is commonly used for all the repositories to be downloaded, but it is mostly used for technical repositories. So I suggest you can also use this. So if I'm using my Maven project, if I'm using a Maven object, then I don't want to download it. Just I can have this dependency file can be added towards my dependency section, so that it will be automatically adding this repository towards my application. Yes. Similarly, if I have a Gradle's application, yes, Gradle is also one type of application builder. So this Gradle is, if I want to use this MySQL, then I can use this implementation part to add it to my project so that it will be added directly. Yes. Yes, sir. So right now we are going to use my jar file. So is it clear? இப்போ நான் என்ன பண்ணுங்கிறது புரிஞ்சா? First I have downloaded the specific driver. Sir, இல்ல சார் எனக்கு MySQL இல்ல சார். I want my Oracle. I want my Oracle driver. Then here instead of JDBC you can tell it as Oracle. You can tell it as an Oracle driver. So you can download this Oracle driver. So this is MySQL driver and this is Oracle driver. Oracle driver. Yes, you can download this Oracle driver and you can use it inside your application. Yes. Similarly, sir, no sir, I want my MS SQL. So yes, MS SQL. So you can open this and you can download it. You can download which version you want. So you can download which version. So if I want to use 9.5, then I can click on it and I can download it. So I can download it in a jar file. Yes. So all the servers, all the database that are available has this JDBC driver support. It is already available in the net. It is an open source. Anyone can use it. And if you are using Maven project, you don't want to download it and add it to a project because it is already added towards your project. Yes. Yes, sir. Is it clear, sir? Is this first step is clear? So first step, downloading, and after that we have to register it. So first we have completed only downloading step. So second, I have to add it to my project. So for that, what I have to do is just I will be opening my Eclipse. So stop sharing. Yes, I'll be adding my Eclipse. Yes, Eclipse. Open. Okay, sir. So here I'm going to create my own application. So here I'm going to create my own application. Okay, just I'm closing this. Yeah. So first, new Java project. Yes, I'm creating this project name as JDBC Intro 1. For version, I'm selecting this, and after that, I don't want this Maven part, so I'm adding this mode of Maven. So finish. So as you can see here, it is, yes, it is already created. I don't know why this error is occurring. Okay, I will check this. Okay, sir. So first what I have to do is I have to add this JDBC driver into this repository. I have to add that Java JDBC MySQL driver to this. As you can see here, you already have these many repositories. So இதெல்லாமே என்னோட இந்த Java 1.4 அப்படிங்கிற வெர்ஷன்ல எனக்கு ஆல்ரெடி இது எல்லாமே இருக்கு சார். So but right now I'm trying to add it. You can see this, what is the error it is going to store. It is going to show. So yes, sir. So first what I have to do is right click and we have to go for build path. So here add external arches. So we have downloaded it, so add external arches. So right click on this project, go for build path and add external arches. So this is where you have to add that external file. Yes. So from here I have to download. I have already downloaded this MySQL driver, MySQL connector Java. So just click on it and open it. Click open, it will be added. So now you can see here, where is it? JDBC MySQL. Yes, see here. So it has added as a reference library. So these are my default libraries that are already available in Java SE 1.4. So this is my reference library which is added towards my project. So now you can see here all the packages and all the classes in JDBC driver is there. It's present so that I can easily use this. So if I want to use this, then I have to register this class into my application. So that is the second part that we have to do. So first I have to create one class. So that is okay. First I'm going to create as a main class. Since there is going to be an example, I'm going to create it as a main class. So first what I have to do is I have to create or I have to register that class. So for that I should know the class name. So inside my package I should find the class name. So here that will be inside this JDBC MySQL. So this is a package which contains the main class. So this com.mysql.cj.jdbc. That is a new name of this JDBC driver. So this driver has all the classes. As you can see here, all the connection. So JDBC connection is here, JDBC, and different classes are there. But this is where we have to register it. Yes. So and all the other things are going to be support part of this. So log or protocol or anything. So first, this is the class that I have to register, the package which I have to register. So for that, what I have to do is I have to create this. So for example, first I have to, how I'm going to register it. First class. Okay, before that I have to use my try catch because this may throw an error. So try catch exception. Any exception occurs, I'm just print stack trace. So here inside my try, what I'm going to do is first registering. So that is my class dot for name. Class dot for name. Inside this argument, I have to give it as so com dot mysql dot. So here the file name, the project name is going to be cj.jdbc. So cj.jdbc. So this is how I have to register my class because this is inside my reference class. So I have to register this inside my application. So that is the first step. So first step, class dot for name. Class dot for name, that will use it to register the specific class inside my application. Is this step clear? Is that step is clear to you all? In the step purinchingla, this is the first step. This is the first step. Is this step is clear? Yes, sir. So what is the second step? What is the second step that we have seen? First, registering a class. We have registered the class. What is the second step? Good. Creating a connection. Good, sir. So creating a connection. So for that, we have this connection class. We have this connection, sorry, not connection class, it's a connection interface. We have this connection interface. So connection interface. So what I have to do is I have to create an object for connection. Connection. Yes. So this was, as you can see here, this is java.sql.connection, which is nothing but an interface. So I'm just creating a connection. Sir, from where I'm going to get this connection, sir? From this registered class. From this registered class, I'll be getting this connection. Sir, how, sir? How do I know that what registered? What is the driver that has been registered? Do I know what is the driver has been registered? Sir, in the driver தான் சார் ரெஜிஸ்டர் ஆயிருக்கு அப்படின்னு சொல்லி இந்த கனெக்ஷனுக்கு தெரியுமா சார்? கனெக்ஷன் கிளாஸ்க்கு தெரியுமா சார்? சார் இந்த டிரைவர் தான் என் சிஸ்டம்ல ரெஜிஸ்டர் ஆயிருக்கு அப்படிங்கிறது இந்த கனெக்ஷனுக்கு தெரியுமா சார்? Does this connection know that this driver is registered inside my connection? So inside my application. அப்படிங்கிறது தெரியுமா? No, he doesn't know. Yes. So that was handled by one more class called driver manager. So driver manager. So driver manager is the class which is going to maintain what are the drivers are registered inside my application. So he is the one who's going to give this reference. So driver manager அப்படிங்கிறவன் தான் இந்த reference கொடுக்க போறான். So from here I can get this connection. So get connection. Yes. So get connection should have a different parameters. So I'll be telling these parameters, but right now you understand what is this. How I'm going to create a connection. This connection is going to be given by this driver manager because this driver manager is the one who's going to list what are the drivers has been added to my system. Yes, because the connection doesn't know what driver has been added into my system. So the first step is after first registering the class and after that creating a connection. So how I'm going to create a connection? By using this driver manager, and driver manager will give me the connection, get connection. So what is the required thing is, sir, யாரை நான் connect பண்ண போறேன்? So to which database I'm going to connect? Yes, there are three parameters. First one is URL, and second one is username, and third one is password. these are the three things that are required to register inside my class or to create a connection. சார் நான் யார் கூட கனெக்ட் பண்ண போறேன், எந்த டேட்டாபேஸ் கூட நான் கனெக்ட் பண்ண போறேன், அந்த டேட்டாபேஸ் எங்க இருக்கு அப்படிங்கிற லிங்க், that is my URL. Username. So even though I have connected to my database, in which username I'm going to connect, and this user has what password to connect this database. So these are the three parameters of this get connection method. Yes, is it clear? So the URL எப்படி கொடுக்கணும் அப்படிங்கறது நான் next நான் சொல்றேன் சார். But these are the three parameters for my get connection class. Sorry, get connection method. Up to this is everyone is clear? சார் இது வரைக்கும் புரிஞ்சா சார்? Sir, is that everyone is clear up to this? Yes, sir. Now the URL part. So URL. So who I'm going to connect? I'm going to connect my MySQL. So from who? So யார வச்சு கனெக்ட் பண்ண போறேன்? என்னோட JDBC வச்சு கனெக்ட் பண்ண போறேன். So JDBC MySQL. Okay, sir. So என்னோட database, என்னோட type of my database I have told it. Sir, where it is located? So it may be located in any server. So here I'm going to use my own system. So local host is going to be my own system. Local host in the sense, sir, இப்போ நான் யூஸ் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்க இந்த என்னோட லேப்டாப்ல என்னோட டேட்டாபேஸ் இருக்கு சார். ஸோ அதனால நான் அதை யூஸ் பண்ணிக்க போறேன் சார். ஸோ ஃபர்ஸ்ட் வந்து நான் என்ன சொல்றேன், என்னோட JDBC டிரைவர் வச்சு MySQL கனெக்ட் பண்ணு அப்படின்னு நான் சொல்லிட்டேன். அந்த MySQL டேட்டாபேஸ் எங்க இருக்கு அப்படின்னா என்னோட லோக்கல் ஹோஸ்ட்ல இருக்கு. ஸோ இந்த டேட்டாபேஸ், since my application is also going to run in my system, so through which port number it is going to connect. So by default it is going to be 3306. It's a default port number. Is followed by the database. Which database I'm going to get inside my MySQL. Okay. For that, maybe I can open it and show you my workbench. Okay, MySQL workbench.
Okay, sorry guys. So there was some power failure. My system was suddenly off. Can't see the power supply here. Okay, I'll be just opening my PPT from this. Just a minute. Guys, is my voice is clear? Can you all able to hear me? Guys, is my voice is clear? Hello. Thank you. Yes, sir. So this is, yes. I hope my screen is visible. So these are the things that we have seen here. So this is my thin driver, and after that I have this, yes, connection set. One is by registering a class, creating a connection, and after that creating a statement, and after that we have execute query. So first we have registered a class. So how we are registered is by using this for name method. By using this for name, I'm registering my driver. So as you can see here, com.mysql.jdbc driver, that will register my specific class towards my application. That will register it towards my application. And after that, I'm going to get the connection. So how I'm going to get connection is by using this driver manager. By using this driver manager dot get connection, followed by how I'm going to connect it. So where I'm going to connect towards my SQL. So by whom I'm going to connect? By using this JDBC. And which URL I'm going to connect? By localhost followed by the port number. For port number, this localhost can be changed with the different URLs. Yes, it can be changed to different URL or different IP, and after the port number you'll be having this database name. So as you can see here, SONWO. So no, that is the database name that they have used, and followed by the root is the username and root is the password. Yes. So this is what I'll be creating a connection, and after creating a connection, I have to create a statement. So statement is, so how to create a statement? By using this specific connection. So connection dot create statement. So statement stmt connection dot create statement. So for whom I'm going to create statement? For this specific connection. As you can see here, this create statement throws an SQL exception. So this SQL exception, so it should be created inside my try catch, or it should be handled with an exception. Here also you can see this get connection will always throw an SQL exception. So this should also be inside my try catch. So similarly, so this class.for name will now, it will throw an exception as class not found exception. You can see here it may throw a class not found exception. If the class is not present inside my application, then it will throw us class not found exception. So everything should be inside my try catch. Yes, try catch, because everything is going to throw an exception. Yes, sir. Now the statement. So statement is statement equal to connection dot create statement. Yes. After that, to execute a query, we can use my execute query or execute update. So we have different methods to execute this. So statement dot execute query will execute the specific statement, and this executed statement will return a result, and this will be gathered or it will be collected by using this result set rs equal to statement dot execute query. So execute query will execute the specific query, that is select star from employee or select star from student. So the result of this query will be stored inside my result set, as you can see here. Yes, by using this result set, I can iterate it and I can get the values. And the last step is closing my connection. That is my connection dot close. So these are the 5 important steps to connect a database, and that is a simple step. That is a very simple step. So as you can see here, this is just an example of database connectivity. So first, driver registering a class, and second, creating a connection, and third step is creating a statement, and fourth step is executing a query, and after that I'm displaying the result, and after that I'm closing that connection. These are the 5 important steps of JDBC connectivity. It is very important, guys. If you want, you can make a note of it. Yes. Okay, so I'm just closing back this. I'm stop sharing this. So still I'm not getting this power supply, so I'm just stopping sharing this. So the remaining part we can discuss in the next session. So by Monday while you are coming to college, you'll be having the lab session. During that lab session, I'll be just implementing this complete connection database, everything, and I'll be showing you in the offline session. So don't worry. So with that, we'll be closing this complete. Yes. Yes, guys. I want some response from you guys. So Monday எல்லாம் வந்துருவீங்களா காலேஜ்க்கு? I'm expecting everyone to be here in this college by Monday. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So Monday, if we have a lab session, I'll be implementing everything. But the main core concept is that's it. First, what are the types of drivers and how I'm going to create a connection. These are the two topics of my JDBC connectivity. So we have seen it, but for the implementation part, I'll be showing you in the demo in the either in the lab session or during our class session, whichever may be happen. Whichever happens first, I'll be giving you in the session. Yes, guys. If you have any doubts, you can ask me now. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Yes, if you have any doubts, you can ask me now. Yes, Sandhya, you have any questions? Sandhya B. Okay, sir. If you have no doubts, then let's wind up the session. So thank you all. Thank you for joining. If you have any doubts, you can ping me. Thank you all. So with this, we have completed all the theory parts. With this, we have completed all the theory parts in object-oriented programming using Java. Thank you all. Thank you. Yes, Ashwin, is there anything you want to discuss?
No, sir.
Okay, Ashwin, thank you. You can leave the meeting.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you. See, Sharon? Yes, and the last person is Sri Sharan. Are you there? Sri Sharan.